Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show. It's time to take a look back at the tape from the Bills' bounce-back victory against the Jets with our good friend Eric Wood. Tough loss against the Jaguars, but the Bills showed up in a big way on the road in New York. What'd you see from the Bills in this blowout win over the Jets?
Well, the Bills definitely bounced back, and they bounced back quick. They started off hot. They scored a touchdown on their first drive of the game. Then, towards the end of the first half, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs got hot. It looked a lot like 2020 out there with Josh Allen going to his favorite target over and over. He gets a touchdown right before the half. The Bills come out, they score in their 2-for-1 special that Sean McDermott loves, kick off to start the game, then receive the second half kick. They scored there as well for a touchdown. Then that was followed up by 2 Jets turnovers that we'll take a look at, and then 2 more Bills touchdowns. It was just great complimentary football all around.
Well, let's start with the first touchdown of the game. It went to Matt Breida. He saw his first action since week 2. What did you see on this play?
Yeah, Matt Breida's been a healthy scratch. He came in with some fresh legs, and he showed off that speed here. It's a wheel concept on the outside, and that legal screen, that legal pick on the outside gives Matt Breida just enough space to get out there for the touchdown, and so much focus is going to go on the big receiving threats for the Buffalo Bills. You got Stephon Diggs, who throws just a little nudge out there on the outside to free up Matt Breida, who's essentially like a receiver with the amount of speed that he has.
Yeah, and as you said, just under 2 minutes left in the first half, Josh dialed up a deep ball to Diggs for 57 yards. Break this one down on the double move.
The Bills got conservative before the end of the half against Jacksonville. They sure didn't here. Bills jumped off sides on the first play of this drive. I'm not sure if they ran the same call on back-to-back plays, but they get 1st and 15 here to start their 2-minute drive. Stephon Diggs runs a double move on the outside. Josh just does a pump fake, and Stephon Diggs does the rest. 57-yard gain.
And to cap off that drive, Josh connected with Diggs on a beautiful fade route from 12 yards out.
The Jets corner who was covering her on the stutter go actually got hurt. So this is a backup cornerback, and on back-to-back plays, they ran the same play, and it's just a fade. This is, hey, our best receiver is better than your now backup cornerback. They leave him in man-to-man coverage outside. Jets bring pressure. This allows Josh Allen to get the ball out of his hands fast, and Stephon Diggs makes him pay for the touchdown.
Yeah, and then the Bills' defense showed up big in the second half. After McKenzie scored, Trey White came up with a huge interception on the deep ball. What did you see on this one?
It looked a lot like to me that Mike White was trying to force a play down the field to try and get something going. The Bills scored to make it an even bigger lead, and so he's trying to make something down the field, and he actually just forces this one. And it's interesting because Trey White's in coverage at the bottom of the screen, and because the wide receiver runs in, that frees up Trey White to go back and actually pick off this post route, and he's actually able to get back and make the interception with Levi Wallace, the other cornerback, trailing him in coverage.
And the Bills followed up the interception with a deep shot to Gabriel Davis. He had a huge couple of catches in this game. One went 49 yards, and this is what we'll see here.
Josh Allen had 305 yards off of play action alone in this game, throwing the ball through the air. And I liked how they did it with big personnel in the games for a lot of times. This is 12 personnel, and they keep everybody in to pass protect. 2 receiver route on the outside and just the running back out for a check down. And Gabe Davis, who looks like he's finally back healthy after that ankle injury early in the season, is able to separate down the field, runs a post route, and he does the rest himself. And this is just another added threat that the Bills now have in their offense.
And then on the very next play, they ran a toss sweep to Matt Breida for his second touchdown of the game. I know you love breaking down run plays. Talk to us about what you see in this one.
Yeah, so this is a traditional toss crack. Maybe my favorite play of the game. You get Spencer Brown back in this game, and all we've heard about is how much his tenacity brings to this offense. And here you're going to get 2 down blocks on the outside. That's why it's called a toss crack. You toss the football on the outside, guys come down and crack down on the defenders, and then you have your tackle pull out in space, get out in front of it, and he waylays one guy and knocks him into the other guy. He actually gets 2 guys on the outside and allows Matt Breida to go in for a walk-in touchdown.
And now on the next possession for the Jets, the Bills come up with another turnover. This time, Levi Wallace stepped in front of Corey Davis for the interception.
It's hard to say that anybody on this defense isn't having a good season when you have the Bills having almost a historic pace defensively this year. But Levi Wallace, he's often criticized in this Bills defense. Maybe part of that's just because he plays opposite Trey White. But here he is simply going to run the route for Corey Davis. And Mike White is known for getting the ball out of his hands quick Here he is. He steps on the pocket. He throws it on time, but Levi Wallace knows what's coming from this Jets offense, steps in front of it, and does the rest.
And then the Bills dialed up another deep shot. Josh again connected with Gabe Davis on 3rd and 2, and this one went for 36 yards and set up an easy touchdown.
With a big lead in this game, the Bills were not content to just simply run the football and be predictable on offense. Again, we get hard play action. A lot of guys in blocking, 8 guys, I believe. And Josh Allen knows at 6'3", Gabe Davis is a guy that he can throw up the ball to. In worst case scenario, he'll defend him, and that ball will hit the ground. But Gabe Davis actually starts off blocking on this play, and then he runs a delayed route back across the formation. This is a great play for the Buffalo Bills. It's also a great play to get on film. Now teams have to always be cognizant of, well, if we try and beat Gabe Davis, if he's run blocking on a play, it could be play action to be running down the field. This is a great play design by Brian Daboll.
Yeah, great stuff as always. Thanks for this, Eric. We're off next week for the holidays, but we're going to catch up with you after Thanksgiving. It's good seeing you, bud.
Yep, sounds good. Looking forward to it.